Hey there. All right, so your job is to pull out the main idea of a piece of reading. Sometimes this can be really hard. Some people can just do this and it seems really easy, and for some people, this is a very difficult task. So, if this is difficult for you, know that you're not alone. And it is tricky, and there's not always a perfect method, but I have a couple ideas that can be helpful. So the first one is if you're using a textbook, like a book that your teachers give out, not a novel, not a story, then a lot of times there's headings, and usually the heading tells you the main idea right there. If you don't think that that is correct, or if maybe there isn't a heading for that particular passage that you're reading, the other suggestion is just looking at that introductory sentence, that first sentence. A lot of times that will explain what the paragraph's about. And then again, the conclusion sentence usually sums that up as well. So if you're reading a textbook from class, the headings, the introductory sentence, and the conclusion sentence for a paragraph or a section are the best places to look for what is the main idea. If you're looking at something else where the main idea is not stated so clearly, maybe a novel or a story or something like that, sometimes it's implied and you have to figure it out with the information that's given. It can be harder. So there's a few questions to ask yourself if you're looking at a short section. Who is this about? Is this paragraph about a person? Let's see. Or when is this happening? Is it explaining a certain time period? Or where is this happening? Is this explaining a place? Why is another question, is this giving an explanation, or is this giving a reason for something that's happening? And the last thing is maybe how. So is this paragraph or section of reading giving you a method or a hypothesis or an explanation for why something is the way it is? One trick in that scenario, well, in either one really, but especially for the one where the main idea is implied, is using those who, what, where, when, why, who, how questions, and writing a question for yourself and saying, I think the main idea is, and you say it, but then you turn it into a question. So if the main idea is, cell theory has 3 parts, then your question might be, is X, Y, and Z, are these the 3 parts of the cell theory? Question mark. And just change it into a question. And then you look back at that paragraph. Does the information answer your question? And if it does, bingo, hooray. And if not, if you're really far off, you might need to look at that again. It can be really tricky, but I think those are suggestions that can help you find what you need. And of course, we're always here to bounce ideas off of if you get stuck.